Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike from TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate your MPG ultralight 2650 RL travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Leave plenty of room for this slide to come in and out. Your power cord is going to plug in all the way in the rear of the unit, as well as your water. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, first thing we're going to do is unhook our hitch. Once we get our hitch unhooked, we can go ahead and level our unit. Your unit does come with a power tongue jack, night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply extend to raise, retract to lower. Now should you lose power, underneath this rubber stopper right here, that hand crank for your stabilizing jacks will get this up and down. Speaking of power, check your battery posts now and then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Once you get our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these scissor stabilizing jacks and a 3/4 inch hand crank. As I run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Going to keep them from sinking into the ground. Good investment. Use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack of them. Put them down underneath these when you run them down. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun and run these down in a matter of seconds, but you saw in about 30 seconds I got it down anyway. Alright, so run these down just until they're taut. Once you have any type of resistance on your hand crank, go ahead and stop. Remember, our unit's already level. All we're trying to do at this point is stabilize it. Got our unit level and stable. Let's go around back and hook up our power and water. Got a big long 30 amp cord on this unit. Comes in here, a little pistol grip type. It'll go in to the left. Once it's in, turn it to the right and then put your black washer on. At the end of that 30 amp service, should you need to plug into a 110 somewhere, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp producer. Got your power hooked up. Let's do our water. At campsites, we will hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what water pressure is at different campsites, so always use these. Hook this up to city water connection. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. On your unit, it's located just to the right of the entry doorway. This will come right up off here. And all we're doing at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Plumber's tape, get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a while, go ahead and go inside and open up your slide if you need to. I need you to get in there and open up all your water taps. Open up all your water taps, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you shut them off and you'll know at that point that your hot water heater is full and you can turn that on indoors. There is an on-off electric element down here. keep that off. The only time you ever want to really turn that on is if you're hooked up to a 110 somewhere. Then up here, if your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come out here to check if these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. They are reset. Alright, so let's say we're not going to go camping at a campsite. We're going to go dry camping somewhere. Well, in that case, we're not going to hook up to city water. We're going to fill up our potable water or fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. We're going to gravity fill this. There's two ways to tell if this is full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tank. There's also a spot to see the levels of your freshwater tank. Keep an eye on this while you're filling it. Once it is full, remove your hose, and then whenever you want to utilize this water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're hooked up with power and water. We're all set to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here in the back, you plug your cable and satellite in here. Spare tire, I recommend getting a cover for this. That way it won't dry rot on you, sun and rain. Up top here, you got your prep for a backup camera device you can purchase from our store. That sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. I will go down our campsite. Quickly on your awning, you do have pitch control. Pull down that. That will tilt your awning away. Run all your rainwater down this way. Come down your campsite. Back behind your tire, here's your freshwater drain. Again, your hot water heater. A couple of outdoor speakers and a vent for your microwave. Access to the back of your fridge. Flue for your furnace. Two things on that. Make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. No marking over here, but underneath here is your low point drains. If you want to hook up a TV outside, you've got a cable 110 to hook that up. There's a spray port you can hook a hose up to. There's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving our campsite and dumping our black tanks. And here you are prepped for solar. You can plug in the solar panel there, and that will trickle charge your batteries. Your big pass-through storage area. Here's that spray port hose I said you can hook up over there. Your propane does come with a cover. Is on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Docking lights. Here's where we'll dump our tanks at. That's where we'll hook that up at. Up underneath here will be our handles. Black and gray. This little piece here, this helps your wiper seal to flip, going in and out. Continuing down your off camp side. Not much more to talk about over here. And that brings us back to where we started. Well, it covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. First thing I like to point out coming inside are the fire extinguishers. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Immediately to my right as I come in is my control panel. I start over here on the right with my battery disconnect. This would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when we'll talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector right down there. This is where we check our levels. Here's our levels of our brand new battery. There's your freshwater button to hold down to tell when your potable or freshwater is full. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using that potable water. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked to gas. Your slide control. Your cap light. Exterior lights, interior lights. This can either be your awning light or rock it up for your porch light. Your awning extend and retract. On your awning, you only want to run these out until you can see that brown bar and your flap is down to 90 degrees. If you hold that down, it will continue to run itself out and run itself up backwards. So make sure that you keep an eye on it while you're running it out. You don't run it out farther than you need to. While I'm running that in, I will talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. This is 12 volt. Now the reason I mention this 12 volt is if you are out dry camper boondocking, you're going to be gone for the day, use this battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. On it back in. Slam locks work best when gently slammed. So I left your chair here when opening up your slide. That's how you want to turn your chair when traveling, so you can bring your slide in and out here. They both do strap in. Come around here your sofa real quick. Turn that into a bed. Looks like it is just a jackknife. Lift up, pull down. No storage up underneath the bed. Your table here will lift completely off. Set that down on these wooden lips here. Put your back cushions on top. Gives you another sleeping quarters. Around your entertainment center. Turn on your sound system. While I look for your remote for your TV. So dual zoned. Shut it off indoors.
Also require appointment.
1 is outdoors. 2 is indoors. AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player on this Furion. See if we have a remote down here. Find that real quick. Next to our TV is going to be our furnace, or thermostat, excuse me. Let's go ahead and turn on your AC real quick. Get that blasting. Shut that off. You'll notice the AC should shut off rather quickly. Now I'm going to turn on your furnace. Now you'll notice when the furnace shuts off, it's going to take a few minutes for the furnace to cycle through before that fan shuts off. Next to your thermostat is going to be your Dometic fridge. Turn that on, push this in, you're on auto. Auto means you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're running off gas. Lift this up, if that light comes on, check the gas. Now you're just running off gas. Down below your fridge, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there. 40 SC. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that, your cooktop has a light and a fan. You have to hand light these with a stick lighter. Remote for your sound system as well. Not much more to talk about in there. Head on back to the bathroom. In the hallway, we got more lighting here. Bathroom lighting. You do have a hand crank open exhaust vent here. Make sure that these shower doors are snapped closed for travel. Another door to make sure you have snapped open for travel. Use your bedroom door here. Light in here. So I didn't have on the aux cabin lights. So make sure you have on both sets of cabin lights so these bedroom lights will work for you. You can turn these on and off individually back here. power USB ports up there, individual lighting here, some storage under the bed. Separate entryway doorway, make sure you keep that locked. That about covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. As I said, shower door, bedroom door, doors, and drawers. At this point, I like to come over, shut off all my interior lights, and then I can look through the unit and see any individual lighting that I need to shut off. To shut them off, come back to my control panel, turn on my interior lights that I can control from here. At this point, I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede any of your slides from coming in. Make sure you go ahead and turn this recliner this way. Push it all the way against the wall that way as you can. You're going to have a nice clear shot for that. Strap everything down. Come over here and hit slide in. Your slide is going to quickly come in. Hear that noise? That was okay to hear. That's just the slide mechanism saying, hey, I'm all the way in, stop. So come on out of your unit. Before you leave the dump station, I say that in case you want to look on your control panel while dumping, make sure you lock and deadbolt and lift and turn this handle. At this point, if you're out boondocking, get up underneath here and dump that low point drain. Everywhere else, let's unhook our power, our water, our cable. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, I want you to park accordingly. Your dump is going to be in front of your tires on your driver's side of your vehicle. That 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. You're going to hook that up. First thing we're going to pull is that black handle. It's going to be the one over here on your left. That is going to be your sewage. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If that is empty or showing pretty much close to empty, go ahead and leave that handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, come on up here to your tank flush, hook that hose up, and let that run for a good 5 minutes. Again, emphasizing, black tank handles must be in full open position. Turn that hose on, let that run, wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that up. Make sure all that washout that you just put in there has drained out. Then you can close your black handle and pull your gray handle over here on the other side. That's going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. When that's done, close that gray handle, remove your sewage hose. Come on back here and conveniently and sanitarily store that in your bumper. Lastly, we're done camping for the season. First, we're going to go ahead and dump these low point drains, even if you're not done camping. If you're done camping for the season, you want to dump your hot water. After that low point drains are done, come up here, lift up on your pressure release valve. Now be careful, there's going to be some hot water coming out of there. When that's done, push that back down, otherwise your door won't go back on. And then you can pull this drain down there for some residual hot water. Hook up your hitch and head on home. Again, so thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.